Welcome back to Undisputed, and joining us now, Fox Sports NBA analyst Stephen Jackson. And Stephen, we thank you for joining us. We know how hard this has been, and we know how close you were with George Floyd. You spoke at a rally Friday in Minneapolis, and may I just say that our hearts are with you. Everyone at Fox Sports, you've been on our mind, and I cannot even begin to understand the pain you're feeling, your friends, your family. But I do want to ask your reaction to what you've seen across the country as so many have come out to protest and honor George Floyd.
I'm actually still in Minnesota now. I came here with a couple pair of clothes, and I'm having a shot at buying clothes stuff. I'm still here. This is something I've never seen before. Being able to be on the ground here in Minnesota and see the passion in these people, it just makes you think, what happened to common sense? You know what I mean? These things are happening right in front of our eyes, and it sucks that people have to burn down police stations and just show their frustration because we're not getting treated fair. I mean, this is happening all over the world. You see it on camera day after day after day, and we're not getting no justice. And I just think that the fact that Minnesota, they reacted the way they did because there's so much pain here. You see the pain all around the world, but actually here where it actually happened, the pain is different. And I'm not surprised that the people from Minnesota responded that way. I'm actually happy they did, but at the same point, we can't get away from what we're trying to do, and that's get justice. The love has been great, and it's been shown. People from every city to city, everybody's been standing up and supporting my brother, and I appreciate it. But we can't fall for the trick bag and go away and let them play on our pain. And I think that's what they're starting to do. But here in Minnesota, the love's been great, the support has been great, and I think they're starting to hear us.
Stack, you know, you and I, we've been speaking, and I told you, I say, Stacks, pray about it. I say, be measured, be thoughtful, and let the words flow. You did an excellent job of doing that. You see, when I look at Minnesota, Stacks, I look at it like Philando Castile is not even 2 years old. 2.5 years old at the top, and they say now again. You see, Big George was the wick, but the powder keg with Walter Scott and Alton Sterling and Eric Garner and Freddie Gray and Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin, they were all stuffed into this dynamite keg. And Big George, when they did, see, Skip, it's kind of like what Dr. King went through. When he walked on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, he knew what would happen, but because back then, everybody sat down to watch the evening news together. It wasn't like it is now. You got news all throughout the day. You only got the news at 6 o'clock. So what we saw was what happened to Dr. King on the Edmund Pettus. He brought that violence into our living room. We had on Monday afternoon violence come into our living room. And Stacks, I can just imagine what it was like to be there and see the outpouring. You know, Big George didn't know he was loved like that, did he, Stack?
Man, hey, that's the best part about it. You know, I was with his brother yesterday, and his brother told me that Floyd used to always tell him, man, one day we're gonna be on top of the world. We didn't expect it to be this way, man, but the way he's getting shown love, I mean, they'll never scream my name in the Netherlands. They scream my brother's name in the Netherlands. So that means we're doing something right. I just want to be able to get justice, and I just want to continue to use my voice in the right way, because this is somebody that I really cared about. You know, I mean, somebody that really loved me genuinely. So I put everything aside, and I came here, and I'm still on the ground, man. And I'm gonna do whatever I can do to get justice for my brother.
So, Stephen, give us some more detail, some more background about how you got to know George Floyd in Port Arthur, Texas, which is obviously a long way from Minneapolis. What was your relationship like, and what age did it start at in Port Arthur?
Well, I want to go back first and touch on something Shannon said. I forgot to tell this too, Shannon. Even with all those names you named, Ardell Sherrill is going on right now. He was arrested by the police and killed under their custody. Nope, his mom came to our rally. She still hasn't got any answers. Nobody's even replying to her. So this is the stuff that's still going on in Minnesota right now. But for me and George, I live in Port Arthur, Texas. He lives in 3rd Ward, Houston. That's 45 minutes away. So we was in Houston every weekend. So we had different friends back and forth. I had a friend named Tello, rest in peace. He said, man, I got a homeboy named Floyd that look like you. I'm like, man, y'all might have the same dad. He's like, yeah, right. So when we seen each other, the first time we seen each other, you know how it goes, Shannon. The first time me and Floyd seen each other, I say, man, who your daddy? He said, who your daddy? And we just hit it off. We just hit it off. And I tell you, Shannon, it was genuine from day one. Every time I went to Houston, Third Wall was my first stop. And I think the fact that we looked alike made us become closer. Over the years, as you see some of the posts I posted on my page, he's one of the only people that really supported me genuinely. If you look on his page, I think I was on Fox. He posted a post of me on Fox saying how much he's proud of me, how long we've been rocking, and how much he's seen this. We talked about me doing things after basketball. We talked about being great fathers. And that's the curve he was taking here in Minnesota. And it sucks that somebody who shows so much love, who tried his hardest to be a protector, provider for everybody, he showed so much love, Skip, that he had to die from somebody showing so much hate. That's what kills me the most.
I know there's probably no way you can get into a whole lot of details, but it has stems. He came in contact with the police because the owner of the store had called and said he tried to pass off a phony $20 bill. Do you believe Big George knew the money was counterfeit?
Nah, and from what I'm hearing around, I've been on the ground. I've been at the store the last couple of days. The money wasn't even fake. So I've been on the ground the last couple of days. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of mistakes. And it's more to it, Shannon, that you're right, I can't say on air, but I can share with you off air. You know I'd be willing to share with you off air.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. But I guarantee we're going to get to the end of it. And even with the new videos coming out, as you've seen, they put him in the car and pulled him out the car. You know what I'm saying? To beat him up. So It's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's a lot of stuff going on, but we're going to get to the bottom of it.
So, Stephen, you said, you can't buy this trick bag that people are trying to sell you right now. What do you want to see happen from this point forward? Do you have a specific fix that you want to see happen in this country going forward?
Well, one, I didn't know my voice was as powerful as it is. That's one thing I didn't know. Two, we got to continue to stay together. We got to continue. That's what they fear, Skip. They fear me, you, and Shannon and all races standing side by side, non-violent, standing there with the same common goal, and that's justice. That's what they care about. And the outroar has been so great that they're starting to set up props for people to destroy stuff in Atlanta. They had a pallet of bricks, loose bricks, just sitting in the middle of Atlanta downtown. There's no construction, Skip. No construction. Why are those bricks there? Now you're seeing videos. These youngsters are woke, Skip. So they're starting to film these people that come in there just to incite riots, to destroy stuff, to make the protests look unpeaceful. So it's a lot of people around that's not for the cause, that's coming in to try to destroy it. And when I say the trick bag, don't fall for it. Keep the peaceful protest, do it the right way, and stand for what you believe in. But here in Minnesota, I'm sorry. Here in Minnesota, they had to respond like that because they've been getting killed every year. They ain't been getting answers. A black cop shot a woman, and he was in jail 2 days later and charged with murder. These cops are still not arrested. So they should have responded that way, Skip, and here in Minnesota. But I think everywhere else, we appreciate the support, but be smart because we don't want them to play on our pain. We don't want to hurt what we built. We want to continue to build and get some stuff done, get some policies changed, get some laws changed so we can be fair and they can stop treating us like animals. You know what, Skip? It's kind of like and a lot of people don't understand. So I'm gonna put it in basketball terms for some people. Imagine me and you playing one-on-one, Skip, and I know the referee. He's my friend, and every time you drive to the basket, I'm just hacking you, and he ain't calling nothing. That's how black people feel. That's how black people feel. We trying, but it ain't fair. We keep trying to score. We keep trying to be successful, but you keep fouling us, and we can't get out 2 free throws. It's not fair. But Skip, let me foul you. Free throws, and you get the ball out of bounds. And that's just how it is. We're not treated fair. You know what I mean? But we gonna fight for it. And Skip, the reason why I'm comfortable being in this position, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this being in this position. And people know I love everybody. I've always stood for every race. So I'm comfortable in this position, standing for my brother, and I'm standing for equality for everybody. So I'm comfortable here being in this position. I didn't ask for it, but Lord knows I've embraced it.
Yeah. So, Stephen, sum this up. I told Shannon earlier, I have mixed emotions about looting and burning. I get the emotion behind it, and I do love the attention that it's gained because it's opening a bunch of eyes to the depth of bitterness and frustration and fear and anger that you feel as a race. But you said nonviolent. Are you still good with nonviolent? Will nonviolent work going forward?
Well, let me explain that. Here in Minnesota, I don't care if they burn this whole place down. You know what I mean? In Minnesota, I was all for it. In Atlanta, I didn't really get it. We built Atlanta basically. There's a lot of us in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They call Atlanta Black Hollywood. A lot of the rappers and entertainers, they do a lot for the city in Atlanta. So I did not understand that in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, and I did not understand why they were burning stuff down. Now, honestly, nowhere they shouldn't have been tearing stuff up because I call that hustling backwards. You try so hard to build your neighborhoods up. You try so hard to build people up around you. Then you go back and tear it back down. Go to the place. Go out there where they killed Aubrey at. Go out there and loot out there and tear their place up. But make it make sense. I don't agree with it, Skip. But here in Minnesota, I think that's the only way it had to be done.
Whew. Stephen, you know Minneapolis is my hometown, and it's embarrassing to see what has been happening and what you're experiencing. And I just want you to know that our hearts are with you there. And I wish I could be there to do more in this situation.
Let me say this. You shouldn't
sharing.
be upset. You shouldn't be upset about Minnesota. Your place is representing well. They're representing well. And they're the reason why we're starting to get some justice, why we're going to get justice, and this world is making noise. And I thank Minnesota. Your city did their job.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.